vote will count. So my advice is that the electoral management system should be transparent in whatever they are doing. Should carry the people along. People must know at every point what they are expected to do. People must know what the electoral bodies are doing, what the political bodies are doing, so that at the end of the day, the outcome will be owned by everybody. Everybody will embrace the outcome and not just doing this behind closed doors or doing it in a manner that appears as if it is just for a select few. If you do that, of course, apathy will be the outcome in every election we conduct in this country.
On the issue of candidate selection, Mr. Banigo emphasized that for true democracy to thrive, political parties must ensure inclusivity in their primaries.
Election management system sometimes just come without giving the safe time to really choose campaign. Before you know it, the same candidates are emerged. Nobody knows how they met. Before you know it, the same election is taking place. So if the processes are right, transparent, not only transparent, but seem to be transparent, of course people will participate and put their trust in the election. But what we see, politicians is all the interested people just coming out to vote. After voting, then nothing happens. They are not accountable to the citizens and all that. So all these kind of things, of course, will discourage voters from coming out in election.
The NOA State Director, however, appealed to eligible voters to take advantage of the forthcoming local government election and turn out en masse to vote for the candidate of their choice, stressing that the power to choose a leader lies with the people.
So it is important that as citizens at all time when election presents itself, we try as much as possible to take advantage of it, to elect those who are to represent them, those who are to lead them, because government actually belongs to the people, power actually belongs to the people. It is the people that give leaders the power to preside and to present.
The chairman of the Civil Liberties Organization, CLO, indeed, Sonny Da, has alleged that the forthcoming local government elections not reflect the genuine people, but is designed to serve the political ambitions of a family.
We don't ask for a election. We're asking Rivers people to self-speed from happening because it is a product of illegality. We are not allowed that. We are battered, we are defeated, and we shouldn't see the message to president within the legal provisions that we have to hold.
So the poll and warned that the CA take legal action into respect and its chairman, Dr. Michael Ode, if the exercise is not suspended.
We also question the urgency behind the election. So why don't we wait until the constitutional decisions are back? The process is suspect that this is not for all the interest of it. Maybe this is the individual. While CLO will not quiet.
On the development, a particular political party have already been endorsed to win the election.
If we already know who should be where, then there's no need to waste Rivers State resources. Otherwise, research should do the needful. Follow guidelines that will ensure that people come out to vote. Let research, if they are really ready to work, set the stage so that Rivers people can decide who to vote for, whether or not their leaders have chosen candidates. They can choose candidates, but the people can choose their own candidate. We saw it in the last general election. Despite the final outcome, Nigerians told politicians where they stood.
Meju also faulted opposition parties for failing to present a strong opposition in the state.
Political parties have already been disfigured now. APC, that should be the major opposition, has not had peace since the election. APC, one faction, is being controlled by somebody who is supposed to be in PDP at the state level, but is also playing APC from outside at the national level. So there's confusion. But if they are truly politicians, they should help themselves and use this as an opportunity to stand by what they believe. The unfortunate thing is that in Nigeria, all the politicians, they don't have a vision. Their vision is to get into the system and eat.
Also, Executive Director of People's Rights Organizations and Human Rights defended Dr. Chris Nwadibo, described the proposed August 30 council polls as an alleged attempt to capture the state ahead of the 2027 general elections in the state.
We know that the whole essence of this election is tended towards capturing the state in 2027. The parochial interest and others actually wants to take advantage the absence of democratically elected governor and to organize it so that when the governor is reinstated, he will just be presiding over local government chairman who's loyally in favor of other political gladiators in the state other than the governor. Proposed election is not in tandem with democratic norms, the provisions of the Constitution.
Still on this, the chairman of the Rivers Civil Society Organizations, RIVSCO, Mr. Enefa Georgewell, has questioned the legitimacy of the planned local government election and is demanding full disclosure regarding the source of its funding. Georgiou said this in a media briefing today. He warned all individuals and institutions involved in organizing the exercise to withdraw immediately, insisting the process lacks constitutional backing. He said RIFSCO is prepared to take legal action against all participants and collaborators of the election.
Rivers Civil Society Organizations strongly condemn the proposed local government elections scheduled for August the 30th, 2025, which is stated by the unconstitutional sole administrator in Rivers State. This illegitimate exercise threatens the democratic rights of the people of Rivers State and undermines the rule of law. As a coalition committed to upholding democratic principles, we firmly stand by the following. The sole administrator is illegal and lacks any legitimate authority to govern or conduct elections in a democratic setting. Our laws are clear. The constitution is clear.
In another development, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says the 2025 Continuous Voter Registration, CVR, will begin nationwide on August 18. INEC disclosed this on its X handle today. The agency said online pre-registration of voters would open on August 18 through its official portal, cvr.inecnigeria.org. It stated that in-person registration will begin a week later on August 25. This, it said, would be held nationwide at all its local government area offices and designated registration centers. Still to come, RSU confirms multiple hostel theft cases as students report fresh robbery. Stay tuned. The Dean of Student Affairs, Rivers State University, Professor Bright Okpara, has confirmed that there have been a few recorded cases of theft in some hostels in the university. Okpara, in an interview with our correspondent, said these incidents occurred in hostels F, C, and the NDDC hostel. He said one of the suspects who stole and sold a fellow student's laptop has been caught and evicted from the hostel. The matter, he says, is now being referred to the school's disciplinary committee. In another case, the RSU Dean of Student Affairs said a female student was caught stealing money from another student near the back gate of the university. He said these thefts were not carried out by outsiders.
Yeah, we have had a few cases of theft incidents in Hostel F, Hostel C, and even NDDC. That of Hostel F was caught. A boy who is a student stole a fellow student's laptop, sold it, and we caught him, we brought his parents, we have evicted him from the hostel, and the matter will be referred to the University Disciplinary Committee. Similarly, a girl also stole somebody's money by the back gate. By the time the security of the university got her, because they almost mobbed her there, and she was rescued.
They said the management of the institution is taking measures to tackle robbery incidents at its main campus.
A girl's phone was forcefully taken away from the hostel on her way to her convenience. She said she raised the alarm, and by the time she suspected it was the guy by the way his strength, but he was masked. But by the time he raised the alarm, he disappeared. This morning, Vice Chancellor directed the Director of Works to reinforce the burglary proofs, the ones that are not there, and directed the CSO to ensure that his men are always on patrol, so that in each of these cases, they should be able to apprehend, if at all they are from us.
Earlier, some students of the Rivers State University, RSU, called for improved security on campus following a fresh robbery incident today at Hostel C. As you know, a female student was robbed of her phone by a masked hoodlum. The Dean of Student Affairs confirmed this. The students told our correspondent that a constant invasion of female hostels by hoodlums points to the failure of RSU security architecture. They expressed concerns that some windows that were vandalized during last month's robbery incidents at the same Hostel C are yet to be fixed by RSU management.
The school securities aren't doing anything for us. Many times we've had to wake up to the voices of a girl shouting thief or somebody crying for help somewhere in the same hostel like it happened today. Tell me how a man was able to access the hostel if not for the fact that they were comfortable enough, knowing fully well that the securities aren't competent enough.
We're being robbed of our phones, our laptops, our belongings, bought with money. Whenever this incident arises, the blame is pushed onto the girls, accusing them of inviting outsiders or saying it's the girls stealing among themselves. We've seen grown men, and it's happening again and again. Still, the school chooses to blame the victim instead of fixing the problem. After the last robbery, no repair has been done. The windows are still left that way till now.
Away from that, the sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Rivers State, Umo Iyang, has cautioned drivers against drunk driving and excessive speed to prevent road crashes. Iyang gave the warning while speaking on the recent accidents along the Rumokoro-Elioze axis of the East-West Road, which claimed 3 lives. He blamed the crash on overspeeding and stressed that most road accidents are preventable if drivers adhere to traffic rules and drive responsibly.
People dying for road crashes is man-made. We are responsible, not evil, not somebody planning. If we obey these simple rules, don't speed, don't be intoxicated by drink. When it happens, you are gone. Other people will also be involved. The one that happened on Tuesday, speed, because that truck was parked off the road, or not at the center of the road. And there's a caution sign there. That crash, we lost 3 persons. As a road safety commander, as a road person inside of this state, I am not happy about it. We are doing our best. So if you maintain common sense speed limit, which I always recommend to people, if there is any issue, you can maneuver that vehicle to a stop than crashing.
The sector commander of the Federal Safety Corps in Rivers State also advised drivers to ensure their tires, brakes, wipers, and windscreens are in good condition, especially during the rainy season. He added that FRSC personnel are on the roads to enforce safety regulations and carry out public sensitization.
We are doing public enlightenment, we are doing enforcement, but I want to appeal to our people. This is rainy season. As it rains, when you brake, there's no way that vehicle will brake in a normal way because there's no grip between the tire and the surface. It's watery environment. So, and most of the time, we don't even see. I'm a driver too. We don't even see because most of our vehicles don't have good wipers. Most of them, even our braking system is faulty. So please, let your tire be good and avoid speed, avoid drugs, avoid alcohol this period and any other period while driving.
Elsewhere, the police in Benue State have confirmed the rescue of 6 lost students who were kidnapped along the boundary between Benue and Taraba states on Monday. The students were traveling to the Nigeria Law School in Adamawa State before they were abducted. In a statement issued by the command's police public relations officer, Udeme Edet, the police said the 6 law students were traveling from Anambra State to resume at the Yola campus of the Nigerian Law School when they ran into the kidnappers along the Benue-Taraba boundary. Moving on, the Minister of Health, Ali Pate, says the industrial action embarked upon by the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives has been called off. Speaking to journalists after a closed-door meeting today, Pate said the decision followed agreements reached with the leadership of the Nursing Association. However, the leaders of the union declined to speak on the matter after the closed-door meeting. Nurses and midwives under the association started a warning strike on Tuesday, following what the union described as the government's failure to respond meaningfully to its 15-day ultimatum issued on July 14. Meanwhile, as World marks Breastfeeding Week, the Rivers State Senior Special Assistant on Health, Professor Chituru Oluwene, has called for a sustainable support system for breastfeeding mothers. Speaking at the flag-off of the 2025 World Breastfeeding Celebration in Rivers State, Oluwene stressed that everyone has a role in building a breastfeeding-friendly society. He added that a supportive environment would significantly enhance the psychological well-being of nursing mothers.
Our mother has so robustly shifted. That is why we are highlighting the importance of creating supportive environments for breastfeeding mothers. This includes not just individual support from family and friends, but also community-wide initiatives and policy changes from healthcare providers to community leaders, government, employers, both public and private, and family members to step up and play their part in creating breastfeeding-friendly society. We have a role to play.
Also speaking, the acting permanent secretary of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Vincent Nwachukwu, underscored the health benefits of breastfeeding. He said equipping mothers with the necessary knowledge and resources to breastfeed successfully will enable them to breastfeed with confidence.
Breast milk is a powerhouse of nutrients, offering optimal nutrition or nourishment and protection against various illnesses. It provides a crucial foundation for long life and good health. We can raise awareness about the benefits of breastfeeding and promote supportive policies and practices. We can empower mothers with the knowledge and resources they need to breastfeed successfully, and we can also advocate for workplace accommodation and community support systems that enable them to breastfeed with confidence.
This year's World Breastfeeding Week theme is Prioritize Breastfeeding, Create Sustainable Support Systems. Sister station Kids FM Port Harcourt officially opened today, marking the launch of a radio station dedicated entirely to children. The station aims to give children not just television content, but also engaging radio shows tailored to their interests. Some excited children who attended the grand opening shared their joy and suggested the kind of programs they would love to hear on Kids FM.
I feel so excited and experienced. It's fun.
It feels exciting.
I always listen to it, and I will continue listening to it, and I will make it my best FM.
I feel very excited and happy for having Kids FM. I love listening to Kids FM every day. I always listen to it anytime I come back from school. Now we are on holiday. I love listening to it. That's my best FM. I just love everything about Kids FM.
After school, I would like to listen to music, rhymes, and games, and shows and all that.
Okay, music, rhymes, and games. I like to listen to the rhymes, the shows, what they sing. I want to hear more football, music, dancing.
On the international scene, President Donald Trump's Middle East envoy became the first high-profile U.S. official to visit Gaza since the war began. The envoy toured a U.S.-backed aid operation today that the United Nations says is partly to blame for deadly conditions in the enclave. Steve Witkoff, who visited a site run by the U.S.-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation in Rafah, said it was a bid to put together a new aid plan for the war-shattered territory. On the news this evening, you heard the NOA has asked RISIEC and political parties to carry voters along or risk low turnout. Rivers CSOs have rejected the forthcoming local government elections and have called for a news team send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. Listen.